Hey, greetings and salutations to you people of the interwebs. So today we're carrying on unboxing stuff for the Studio Series 86. This time it's Mr. Number 5 Scourge, the tracker. So it just says artwork. Artwork, there he is with his big old hands with the pink nail varnish, which is I think unique amongst the Transformers. Cool artwork. Again, it's on both sides. Bigger head there on that side with a 86. I was going to say logo. It's just a number. That's not a logo. It's just a number. And big screen inspired scale detail backdrop. And this one comes with Heralds of Unicron, and we're not getting into that subject. No, sir, not on my watch. Yeah, so we're going to open him up. Straight away out of the box. And here's the detailed backdrop, which we've got that bit where in the movie various dead Decepticons get changed into Galvatron's new troops. And let's recycle that before we get carried away with it. There he is in his clamshell, and here we go for the twisty ties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you just do it tight on. For that, Scourge is released, and then we have a 6 for his gun and a 7 for his blast effect. So he's got this blast effect here. Good for killing Ultra Magnuses with. The borders, dude, if you're watching, the best bit in the movie is when Ultra Magnus dies. That's the best bit. Not really jokes, but here he is. So let's just grab him by the back here, give him a wiggle waggle. Not much moving around, so that's quite sturdy. We like that. We like that. Not sure there's anything I should be doing here to like adjust his cape or wings. I like him out like that. To try and pose them in any particular way in robot mode. But yeah, that's certainly Scourge, all right. Cool. Because we're, obviously not doing various online discussions that happen in the Transformers fandom. It's amazing to me the amount of people who get on the high horse about there being female Transformers. The robots, the genderless, they shouldn't have genders. But no one, who's mentioning that argument ever comments on Scourge's beard. He's got a beard, people. Transformers are robotic life forms. They're not robots. So they can be gendered. The Scourge is a case in point here, because he's got a beard. Which, robots don't generally have. But robotic life forms created by dark robotic gods surely can have beards. So yeah, what a beard is. That is an absolutely beauty of a face sculpt. There's a white bit of paper behind it, just so you know, we can do that thing that all the YouTubers do. Probably a good point to remind you that you can like this video or you can unlike it. It's up to you. You can also comment, good or bad, and you can hit the subscribe button, and you can also ring my bell. Seriously, it does help with the algorithms. And I can just see in the vague distance 1,000 subscribers. Still a way to go. We're still on 800 and something. But we're getting closer. So, like a big push to hit the Bisto 1000. And then, you know, that's it really, isn't it? I've hit the goal that a lot of people set out for themselves. I still won't monetize it because I'm waffling away about fucking YouTube stuff when people are more interested in what my first impressions of this figure are. He's gorgeous. This between Kingdom and Studio Series 84, which, come on, they're the same toy line, just slightly different, priced slightly differently. We're getting some absolutely cracking figures. Love his high collar and stuff like that. So his head isn't a ball joint. You can get some good little gestures in there. His little head noodle spins around should you want it to. So yeah, you got plenty of movement there. Oh, it's just, I just love just how all the curvature and the details. This is great. This is great. I love the sculpt work. I love the fluidity of design. He's just absolutely. So you can bring his arm round. You could probably spin it all the way around if it wasn't for his capey bits. He's got a big old bicep swivel. He's got a big old bicep as well. Got some guns there. Scourge son. Elbow bend. Just over 90, so that's good. And he's got a wrist swivel. Hands don't open, but he's got one open hand and one closed hand. And he's got those lovely pink fingernails. Should have done my fingernails pink for this video, shouldn't I? Waist swivel all the way around. Just shy of the full old Van Dams and the Can-Cans, just a little bit. Because he's just got some thick thighs on him. Thick thighs save lives and all that. Decent enough knee bend, and you can snap his toe off if you want. It's all right. It's friction. It's friction, and he's got an ankle tilt. Remember when they did that thing, probably during the Combiner Wars and stuff, that every figure was sculpted to have a stance, standing. Now this has come along and every figure is getting ankle tilts. It's great. What a time to like ankles. Do some size comparisons. I think the first one, and the one everyone wants to see, is with Leader Class Galvatron, who's not out yet. So the second one is, we'll size him up here with Cyclonus, who's the top to his bottom. And yeah. You know, Cyclonus suitably looms over the guy he's slightly in charge of. I slightly outrank you. Well, there's more of me. I used to have two of me, but then they disappeared in an animation error. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting sizes. Oh, Who do you think? The standards. The size companions, as we call them. Sideswipe. Siege. Deluxe class. If you want to see him next to a Marvel Legends figure, here he is with our beloved Shatterstar. It was done dirty in the movie Deadpool 2. And last but by no means least, the Dreadnought Dread Pirate Zanzibar. If you wanted to see it next to the old vintage G.I. Joe scale. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. He's got a gun. Can hold the gun. It looks very nice. Good sculpt work. A bit waffly. Not a lick of paint on it. But he can point it and you can go proo proo proo. And even in his open hand, I think, you can hold it. Just not quite as sturdy, but still go boo boo boo. Do his nice hand on a hip while shooting. Phase, and then the blast effect. This big old purple blast. The Magni Destructor. And yeah. I'm going to get it the right way because it's a little bit bent. Maybe that will heat it up something. Shoo! But he's unlike, because he's not a Siege or Kingdom class, he doesn't have random different pegs on him. He just has his gun and his forehead gun thing. Shoo! Eat that! But he's a transformer and he does transform, so 19 steps. There you go. I do not have a clue what I'm doing. Strap yourselves in, but boys and girls, it's going to be a rough old time. Something fell off there. Under Cyclonus. That's one of his jets. I'll just peg that back in. Yep. So we're gonna presume, because he's a bit of a shoe, isn't he? So I'm going to presume it's not going to be too complex, because this kind of just folds over him, doesn't it? Right. I'm trying to discover where the transformation joints are. This might be one of these figures that defeats me, you know. Just because it turns into a futuristic iron and he might just be overly simple. So I'm gonna bring his toes in, his feet pegged together like so, and all this comes out like that. These on peg. This goes up here. Alright. So we fold this armature out. So, how is everybody? You can tell I'm panicking because I'm starting to filibuster with the "how is everybody" question. Isn't it a funny old time in life, really? Have you got many of these Studio Series 86 figures? How do you feel about them co-opting the 1986 movie into it and not just concentrating on the live action stuff? Because I mean, we're still not. There's still like that first beginning part of Bumblebee. There's still plenty of characters in that section on Cybertron that we have not had as part of the Transformers Studio Series lineup, isn't it? Right, I'm going to spin that bit around and plug that in and move this down. We've kind of pegged his arms into his legs. And now we're pegging this bit that we folded out of his back into the back of his legs. But yeah, there was quite like a Brawn and RC. We've not really had a Studio Series. If we had a Studio Series Soundwave and Shockwave based on the on that scene, we only had the ones from the Michael Bay verse, not the Travis Knight movie. I can't believe I was panicking, and then he's done, isn't he? You know, you just yeah, you start folding stuff over himself. Yeah, so it'd be nice to get those type of characters if we've not had them already. I've not been keeping up to date with it really. And a gazillion Seekers, because we've had Soundwave as like a 3A non-transforming like mega figure. Does that go in that way? Or should we just put it in? I'll just put it in pointy way actually. Yeah, well, this is kind of, I think it's a bit gappy at the moment, but that's what we'll do for today. We can figure out a way to peg these in better. These side bits are a bit flippy flappy, but these bits are a bit indented, so I think something to do with that and that could probably sort itself out once we've rotated the arms in the correct way they need to be under this thing. So these bits are seem a bit superfluous, but there they are. And then we have Scourge, the Scourge Space Iron. You can flip that bit out so you can see his head and he can swear at people as he does. He's fond of doing. And then we can put his blast effects on various places. Well, just on these three things here and into his feet. You've got a couple of those. You only get one though. And just whack his good on the side. Why not? Yeah, this is great. This is a great figure. I've never been particularly inspired really by, I don't know about that. It's very, very spacey. It's kind of like a long UFO, isn't it? But yeah, it's just a lot of cape draping around his robot figure. But yeah, that's Scourge, man. That is Scourge. He's a big futuristic flying iron, like I said. Yeah, it's great. This obviously this excels more. I mean, this is a passable. I think it's, you know, one of the most accurate Scourge alt modes we've had. But I think robot mode is where the money's at, and he's great. Size comparison in this mode. Here he is next to Deluxe Class Smokescreen, and next to the GoBot Spoons. Just if you wanted a bit of forklift action, I highly recommend this. Yeah, I think we're living in this age of Transformers where Hasbro has really pulled the shit together. And I know I've always complained about things being too cartoon accurate and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it is kind of lazy and kind of uninventive to just keep recycling these characters out. But I just think what we've got now, what we're getting this year and these last couple of years, is they can't. I think these are, do this again, really. I feel these are the definitive versions of these characters. And so to just bring them out again, I can't see what extra they would do at this price point to make it worth revisiting these characters, because they've done such a good job of them. Because I've always laughed that they always do something wrong with figures, just so they can keep, remaking them. What's the purpose of Hasbro making a perfect Optimus Prime? Because they want to sell an Optimus Prime every year, not just to do the perfect Optimus Prime and then go away. But these are pretty much the definitive, for this price point, versions of these characters. So hopefully what comes next is they're going to have to do something brand spanking new, or they'll just go from year for year of Transformer releases and just do this to every line they've done, which would be weird, but also kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, high recommendation. Join me again next time when, Kingdom Wave 2 is approaching. I've paid the deposit, so they should be getting dispatched at some point this weekend or maybe the beginning of next week. So we'll be looking at those when they arrive, one at a time. Take our time with things like we like to do, and until then we might throw a cheeky just random figure in the unboxing slot. Just, here's something random. And until then, be excellent to each other, party on, dudes, and let's reach out across the world of the tube of you, and give each other a fist bump, shall we? Fisto! Fisto!